from the early 70's, which is made out of wood. It's the former series actually, previous to the Imperial Star, which was made out of fiber. And I have like 3 toms to that drum kit, but I didn't use the 16-inch. It's just too big and too bulky. I wanted to keep a more compact sound, and the toms, they sound very thick already. I didn't have a 10-inch tom for the kit, so I use a Imperial Star tom. They actually sound quite the same. It's more a thing of the skin you put on it and of the tuning instead of the material of the tom. Especially when you tape drums, you can get interesting sounds out of every shell, no matter if it's cheap or expensive. But in this case, I used the drum without reso skins to get a thick, warm sound. I came up with this because a very good friend of mine, Solji Hamilton, engineer for the legendary Channel 1 studio, he gave me files of a band called Roots Radix. And at that time, they play a lot with Simmons drums when it came to the 80s. And Solji didn't want to have the Simmons drum there, so he told me to replace the drums. So in order to stay in that sound, I had to use what they had at that time, actually. And so I came up with miking the toms from inside. You get a very thick sound with less tip from the stick. A lot of people think that for reggae, it's standard to take the reso skins off. That might be if you go for the old school style, but I think it have nothing to do with reggae music in general. It's more a thing of recording. That time they started to mic the drums very closely, but when you do a closed miking, you start to tape. You start to use clods and stuff like this, put them on the drums to avoid a lot of overtones. So you want it thick, deep, just fat. Yeah, if you have any questions, just put them in the comments and I will go on answer. Thanks.
Drop the music, let them soul.